which gives us identity or separates ourselves from the others is what is our ego. And finally is our self, Atma, whatever you call, that is also a layer of existence, which is our true nature. Got it? Any questions in our layer of existence? For simplicity purposes, we have various deeper layers of existence. This is just simply put for you to understand. These are our 7 layers of our existence.
Where do you place our subconscious?
It's all our mind. So mind, see your active mind or whatever, your conscious mind will be your just mind, which will say do this, do that. Your subconscious mind will be your intellect, or which will be judging, okay, subconsciously this is right, wrong. Your unconscious mind, which will come and pop up only when you require, is memory. Memory is not what you, memory is things you can remember at the right time when you want to remember. Suppose you are in the exam. When the question comes, your memory should be good enough that it will come out, and because you have read it sometime. So, all in between these 3 layers, are you convinced, or more or less it is there? Okay, so it is somewhere, these are of our layers of existence. Mind, subconscious mind, all is all combined here. I'll touch upon a little bit more on the breath. Okay, this is what breath is. See, breath is why it is very important. There is always a link between our emotions and our breath. Have you observed whenever you are feeling angry, you will breathe differently? When you will be calm and cool, you will be breathing differently. When you will be happy and elated, your breath will be different. When you are tensed up or thinking or fear, your breath will be different. So there is a definite link between your breath and your emotions. Are you getting me? So it's opposite also true. If we attend to our breath, then we can take care of our emotions, or we can always pay and keep our prana level high. Something called its subtle life force energy is what is called as prana. So breath, if we attend to our breath, it can help us increasing our prana levels, which can help us stay in that state of mind the way we want to, which will be free of guilt, free of regret, free of anger. We'll be always be happy, or whatever we'll do is 100%. I'll come to that as well. So this is some quotes from our founder. Mind is very abstract, and so you cannot deal directly with the mind. Mind is a very abstract thing. If you try and deal with your mind from the level of your mind, you will not be able to do it. It will be easier if to deal with your mind through our breath, is what he speaks. If you attend to your breath, the root cause of any problem that the mind faces is eliminated. So suppose anger is the root. You get very angry sometimes, or if you attend to your breath, then you can take care of your anger, you can take care of fear, you can take care of everything. Okay, so breath is very, very important in yoga also. As I show, we'll learn some nice yogas and we'll just do it. So the breath is the connection between the body and the mind. Just as this is what I have already covered. And most of the toxins which are created because of our anxiety, our nature of going into past or the future, regretting or glorifying the past, or thinking about the future, what will happen to me, it creates anxiety into the body. So everything can be eliminated, or all the toxins which are created through this negative emotions or are going into past or going in the future, anxiety, can be removed through our breath. Okay, so as we say in a teaser, no breath, no life. It's very simple. We can know our breath and know what our life is. Okay, so with this, let us enter into a small world of yoga and meditation. So people can come ahead and everybody can come and stand. See, and yoga is not, we know only one part of yoga. Okay, some stretches and some very difficult stretches, some easy stretches. So stretching is not, body posture is just only one part of yoga, which is hatha yoga, physical part of the yoga. Yoga in the literal sense, Sanskrit word means union. When our body, mind and soul is completely united and doing one single activity, it can be yoga. Tomorrow you can walk being a yogi, you can eat being a yogi, you can sing being a yogi, you can be yogi in everyday's life. You don't need to put an effort. Walking on a street can be a yoga, because your mind, body, soul, everything is into that particular activity of walking. It can become yoga. You can eat, giving your 100% very slowly, enjoying every single bit of whatever you are eating. That also can become yoga. Even eating, walking, anything can be meditative, anything can be yoga. So yoga is to be done listening to our body, and concentrating on the breath is very important doing yoga. Okay, there is a certain pattern which we follow. We do certain posture, taking breath in, then we hold, then we assume, and the opposite, when we are releasing the posture, we breathe out. So, and we have to listen to our body and do it. We don't have to look at our neighbors. Okay, he is doing such a thing, why can I do it? So there is no competition here that more stretching should be done, or I should stretch this, he is stretching this, I will stretch a little more. There is no competition. In yoga, we compete with only ourselves. Listen to our body. Whatever our body says, okay, stop, we stop at that point of time. Today we have done this much. Tomorrow we will do this plus something. Day after tomorrow we will do something. So if we have to compete in yoga, we have to compete with ourselves and not with anybody else. Okay? So let us do some, just stand up everybody and come forward. We'll do a yoga. All of you. Just some space, you can just come. Okay, let us do some stretching, just light stretching, whatever you want. Just make you feel better. Just stretch and loosen your body completely. And just shake your hands. And as you are doing it, just don't forget your breath. Keep on taking long and deep breaths. Tushar, you can also join if you want to. He is on duty, so he can't do it. Just we can do some small jogging. But just concentrate on your breath. Continue, don't forget your breath. Continue taking breaths long and deep as much as possible. Sideways. Just remember your school days, and everything has to be done with a smile. Remember the PT class of your school. Jumping, twisting. Just let yourself loose. Twisting. Just let yourself loose. And relax. Okay. We'll do our body rotation starting with our neck first. Just watch me. As we take our breath in, we will take our head back. Breathe out and center. Breathe in and down. Breathe out and center. Same thing, we'll do it sideways and 2 times each. Breathe in and take our head to the right. Breathe out and center. Breathe in to the left. Breathe out to the center. Okay, and then we will rotate clockwise and anti-clockwise 5 times each. We'll take our breathe in and take our head back. Breathe out and center. And anti-clockwise again after we finish 5 times. Breathe in and take our head back. Breathe out and center. Okay, this is our not, and be very particular about the breath. How much you stretch is not important. You're taking your breath in and out deep is what is important. Okay, let us begin. Take our breath in and take our head back. Breathe out and center. Breathe in and head down. Chin will touch your chest. Breathe out and center. Again.